But on dating apps, it's just a female sitting at home who's eating Oreos and drinking chocolate milk and watching reality shows, getting bombarded with messages and likes and compliments. And she's just rejecting guys. Because here's the thing, those guys that are swiping right, those dudes would never approach her in real life. And she knows this deep down.
How has it been being back on dating apps? Thank you for asking. Let's go over it. So this was the first message I got, and it says, your eyes make you look gorgeous, your nose makes you look cute, your lips make you look hot, you look beautiful. Okay, thanks. But then the second message I got, well, good evening, sweetheart. How is everything going? You know, I look at your pics and I was like, oh, there's no way this lovely princess is single with such amazing eyes and sweet juice lips that any guy would go crazy for them. So I'm just curious from those two messages, like, are we looking at the same face? Because what about these small ass lips says juicy? Anyways, I'm still on the hunt. Crazy, right?
Before we get into the meat of this video, guys, and we go over the viral dating profile that's gonna blow your mind of a woman having unrealistic, crazy expectations, let's talk about the first clip. And let's go over why men go on dating apps versus women. See, men go on there, we sign up because we, number one, want to get laid, let's be honest. We want to have a genuine connection. Some guys want a relationship. Some guys just want to get together and hang out with a woman, go out for dinner. But for the most part, we just don't get on there to play games. We don't sit around and just waste time because time is valuable. Women, on the other hand, they will sign up just to get attention, just to get a free meal, just to string guys along, just to reject guys, ultimately for an ego boost and validation. Matter of fact, I did some research and you guys go do for yourself. According to time.com, women swipe right 14% of the time. That's it. And men swipe right 46% of the time. So that's almost half. And on top of that, we all know women are extremely picky. So they're only going to really swipe right on guys who are extremely attractive. So let's say a woman's a hypothetical 4 or 5 out of 10, right? I call them 49ers, 4s who think that they're 9s. What's going to happen is that 5 out of 10, she's going to want to have sex and be with a guy who's an 8 out of 10 because she has access to those dudes now. But that 8 out of 10 guy in public, he would never acknowledge her. He would never approach her. He would never interact with her. Matter of fact, that 4 or 5 out of 10, you probably won't even see her out and about because she's most likely overweight. She's unappealing. So she said, you know, I'm going to stay in. So what's happening is so many women are downloading these dating apps, women that look like her in the first clip, who have to be 250, at least 300 pounds, who haven't stepped foot in the gym since freaking middle school or high school. What's happening is they're just sitting there getting all this attention. And they're getting all these compliments like you saw she got from those two dudes. And she just numb to it. Just think about that. You have dudes who are blowing these women heads up that look like that. And these women are like, that was cool. And she's wondering why she's single. She's wondering why she's alone. Guys, dating apps only really help women. Now, if you're an attractive guy, a really attractive guy, what's going to happen is you can get laid. But I'll tell you this, you won't get really those attractive women, right? Because those women are actually out in person, out and about, in public. So this is why dating apps are a waste of time, because it kills your confidence. Matter of fact, just think about all the women that you've actually hooked up and had sex with off dating apps. For the most part, they probably was a bit overweight. They most likely weighed more than you. Let's keep it real. And you're like, oh, I got a match, so let's hook up. Because you're trying to really hook up real quick. And you thought bigger women on dating apps, plus size chicks will be easier, right? So you swipe right, you get a chick. And then the only thing you're doing is blowing up her ego. You making her feel better because she's having sex and hooking up with a guy who's 2, 3, 4 notches above her sexual market value. This is why dating apps are such a bad deal, not just for men, but women long term, because yeah, they get that quick satisfaction. Like they get that guy who's really attractive, but that guy doesn't want to be with him. So let's say the Chad, the Tyrones, those attractive sort of alpha males, they have the pick of the litter for lower tier type of women. So if you're a lower tier type of woman, you can have sex with a lot of different dudes. Dudes who are way more attractive than you. But will those dudes want to actually hang out and be with you in public, take you on a date? Most likely no. So women are striking high above their sexual market value. And they're like, well, I'm not going to settle. This is why so many women are numb to the dating app experience. Because it's just so easy to get, oh, let me sign up for Bumble, Hinge, OkCupid, Tinder, all these different dating profiles and Match.com. And look, let me just sit back and all these messages are rolling in. Because let's be honest, men have to, for the most part, initiate. And women just sit back and do nothing. And they're just like, look at this, another compliment. And it's all to make them feel better. Dating apps solely basically are catered to women and really, really attractive guys. Now, let's break down this dating profile. This woman said she wants a guy who's 6 feet tall, 7 figures, an 8-inch pipe, or keep it moving. Think about that. And I looked at the profile. She literally has to be easy 250, possibly 300 pounds plus. And she has all these expectations. Just think about it. 6 feet tall. So a man who's 6 feet tall, he's most likely in shape. I'm 6'3". A man who makes 7 figures, so that's a millionaire. And he most likely makes, 6 figures per year, 8 inches. Just think of it. A guy who's hitting on all cylinders, and these women think that they deserve those type of guys. You know why? Going back to what I said a couple minutes ago. Women are numb and they just expect dudes to go crazy for them. So when a woman's on a dating app, her expectations shoot through the roof because she's like, oh, I got all these guys. Okay, so if I have all these guys that want to have sex with me and hook up with me and I'm swiping right on me, that means I must be really attractive, right? So let me ask for the top tier guys. Let me have these crazy high expectations because in my mind as a woman, I think I look really good, but that's not the case. See, if any woman signs up for a dating app, and you can just sign up as a woman, put a profile picture there, average chick, you'll see, you'll get minimum 100 matches or 100 likes within 24 hours. May have not that much, right? You probably get, because you probably boosted the first maybe 12 to 14 hours, you'll get maybe 7, 8, 10 matches possibly. But that's not even comparison to what a woman gets. And most of these women, they're like, why am I single? I'm tired of being single. It's because there's so many different options for women. And these women, they just don't appreciate men who are on dating apps. Matter of fact, they think you're a joke. Look how those guys are commenting. These heart emojis, you're so beautiful and gorgeous. Rewind the first clip back. You're this and that. She's just like, literally, she looks like a Michelin tire. She is severely overweight. You can just tell. And these type of women, they know that they have tons of guys on dating apps, so they don't really have to take it serious. This is why, guys, meeting women in public, that's almost like a first date in a way because you actually got her there. You can talk, you can approach, you can engage the conversation, interaction, and on top of that, she most likely is attractive. She most likely is your type. Women on dating apps, for the most part, they're not really your type. And here's the thing, so many women want to have standards, but on dating apps, you really can as a man. So you might want a woman who's in shape, who's attractive, who's this, who's that, or all these different dating apps. Guess what? If you think that first woman in that first clip has a ton of messages and compliments, imagine attractive women. Think about that. Imagine good-looking women compared to her. Dudes are just literally going crazy. Now, this is why you need to actually get out in public and actually have a genuine interaction and actually make eye contact and actually talk to women and people because you'll get a better feel and you'll get the actual women that you really want. Not these women who are overweight. And a lot of guys think, oh, well, it's harder to get women in public. Trust me, no, it's not. Those women are way too attractive. No, it's just your mind that's distorted. You think because I've been having sex with all these overweight plus size women over the years, and most men spend years on dating apps, a whole decade plus, just swiping right, hoping to catch a Big Shirley or a Lizzo or Oompa Loompa. They're hoping to catch a chick because they're scared, they're lazy, they don't want to get out there actually interact. But I'm telling you, it's easy. It's going to build your confidence. See, approaching women actually builds a man's confidence, right? It helps you learn social cues, different things to expect from women. But on dating apps, it's just a female sitting at home who's eating Oreos and drinking chocolate milk and watching reality shows, getting bombarded with messages and likes and compliments. And she's just rejecting guys. Because here's the thing, those guys that are swiping right, those dudes would never approach her in real life. And she knows this deep down. So she goes on dating apps for an ego boost, just to reject guys, just to turn them down, just to swipe left, just swipe up, just to say, oh, nope, just to talk to you for a couple seconds or send one-word replies, and then they just unmatch you. You're like, what the heck is going on? And as a man, you're frustrated. You're like, what? I don't get it. That's because these women, for the most part on dating apps, they're lazy. They're just on there just to pass the time, just to make themselves feel better, just to go there and get a little bit of attention. And then it's like, okay, well, let me get back to my real life, the life I actually care about for the most part. So guys, get off the dating apps. You see these women on there and you know deep down they're not your type. You know who the women are? Because it's men outnumber women 8-1. You know what the other women are? They're actually out there. And as a matter of fact, you actually have more of an advantage because so many guys are actually afraid to interact and talk and approach women in real life. So what happens is they just sit around and look at a woman. Oh, well. No, guys, go out there. Enjoy life. Life is not meant to be spent behind a screen, swiping right on overweight land whales. Women who are built like defensive tackles in the National Football League. Life shouldn't be spent like that, right? So you shouldn't be having sex with a woman who weighs more than you or just as much as you. No, listen, you can do it. If you're in shape as a man, if you have your life together, why would you even want to be on a dating app where the vast majority of women don't have their life together? The vast majority of women have bad attitudes. They're stuck up. Their health is not intact. They're not going to the gym. They're not doing anything to better their lives. You're doing them a favor. Get off the dating apps and watch your life improve.